welcome to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. My guests this week are Chris and Dana, who are involved with Habitat for Humanity's. Guys, welcome. How are you?
Nice to meet you, Pete.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for having us.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Hey, guys, how are you? So, Chris, tell us a little bit about yourselves and the organization that you're here. I guess you guys are involved with Habitat for Humanity?
Correct.
All right, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you?
So myself, I am a resident of Middlesex County. I've lived there my whole life.
Nice.
Been with Habitat for 2 years now.
Excellent.
And in my role, I oversee the operations of our restore with a strategic focus on business development as well as profitability. So as people know, Habitat for Humanity, we build homes, and our specific affiliate, Middlesex Habitat for Humanity, is responsible for the Middlesex County. And we're here today to talk about our restore. But
All right.
I'd like Dana, obviously, to introduce herself as well. So.
Dana, go ahead. Who is Dana and what role does she play for Habitat?
I am the operations manager at the Restore.
Okay.
And I run the day-to-day operations. I oversee our volunteers, our truck drivers, also known as our donation ambassadors.
Okay.
And the general day-to-day operations.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You guys like working for the Restore and working with Habitat?
Oh,
Yes,
absolutely.
very meaningful work.
Yeah, it is. I've interviewed Sarah Bird, who I know is behind the scenes with us this afternoon, and I've interviewed Sarah not long ago, and we did a whole half hour on exactly what Habitat is, and you guys sound like a very worthwhile organization as far as the community goes.
Glad to hear it.
And let's talk about, I guess for our audience members that don't know, what exactly is Restore?
So the Restore is a retail home improvement store, as well as a donation center. So the Restore accepts goods, whether new or used, from general residents as well as commercial businesses, and then prices those items at 50 to 75% off full retail value, sells those items to the public, and then those items, the proceeds from those sales, go to furthering Habitat's mission of reducing substandard housing in the community. So it really serves as a fundraising effort.
And Dana, you have anything you'd like to add?
Chris pretty much summed it up. Like you said, the proceeds go right into Middlesex County. So we have our programs of just, we have the home builds, and we also have a Brush with Kindness. And that's smaller home projects that we also do around Middlesex County. And our Restore is the primary fundraiser for all of that.
I was going to say, tell us a little bit more about the Brush with Kindness program.
That is smaller repairs in the home. So maybe if someone had, I'm trying to give me an idea.
Like say for example, you know, you got some problems in your kitchen.
Yep.
Maybe you got a hole in the wall or something like that. There's some type of ventilation issue or something like that. That might be an instance where those folks would want to get in touch with us, and potentially we would be able to help them. And then we can do that obviously on a small scale, whereas, you know, some of the normal work that we do is, you know, building a house from the ground up. Per se. So this allows us to still help people in the meantime while we're building our homes. Like, for example, the home we're building in Portland now, we're still able to get out there and help people with different smaller projects or different issues that maybe they're facing in their home.
And can you tell us maybe a little bit about the Portland home build project you guys are working on?
Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. We are actually getting close to finalizing the last stages. We have everything built on the exterior. Last I knew, they were putting in insulation and sheetrocking inside. We were actually really, really fortunate this year. The roof went on the day before it snowed. And seeing as we only had a couple snowstorms, it worked out beautifully. But the homeowner has been very active in building and getting everything ready so that we can have them all moved in. Hopefully, I think the goal is by July this summer.
Very nice, very nice. And roughly, how many volunteers did it take to build the home?
Ooh. It's a tough one. That's like
an
exam question. I'm not too sure. I know that they have a great group of volunteers that they can rely on daily. So the different days in which they are scheduled to work on the home, they do have a solid group that is out there. We can always use some more, so we definitely won't shy away from inviting or accepting any more volunteers, but there is a pretty good group that I know that they have put some good work efforts in. So.
Excellent. And if people want more information on the organization, or if they want to simply help and get more information on volunteering, where should they go?
They could probably go to habitatmiddlesex.org, our website.
Okay.
And this would be definitely our specialist in terms of volunteers go.
That would be Dennis.
That would be me.
Yeah.
All right, Miss Volunteer Specialist. Hey, I bet you didn't know you had a new title.
Oh, I didn't, but I'll take it.
We wear many hats.
There
Yes,
you
we
go.
do.
There you go. Now let's talk about the aspect of volunteers. What exactly, when you, let's say one of my viewers or listeners is looking on the website and say, I want to see about volunteering with Habitat for Humanities, but I want more information. I guess first off, what types of information can they find on the website as far as volunteering goes? And I guess my second question is what types of volunteers are you looking for, and what aspects of expertise do you want each volunteer to have?
So basically, I'll take your questions a little backwards if
All right.
that's okay.
All right.
We require zero expertise.
Excellent.
You can come in and we work with people of all abilities. If
Okay.
you're able to greet people in the restore, we have you greet people in the restore. If you're able to help build a home, we can put you in with Sarah's office actually handles that.
Okay.
So we do the volunteering for the restore. And in that capacity, we need people who cashier, who help customers. They can clean furniture. They come in and minor repair projects, very, very minor.
Okay.
Someone who maybe could test appliances, things of that nature, getting things ready to be sold, helping people with their donations when they come in, helping people when they purchase things to go out into their car. And on the website, they could register as a new volunteer.
Okay.
And then give us a call with any questions that they would have.
And what are the hours of operation for the restore?
The restore is open on Wednesdays from 10 to 6,
Okay.
Thursdays 10 to 7, Fridays 10 to 6, and Saturdays 10 to 4. So it's a total of 31 hours a week.
All right, not bad.
And we're very flexible with the volunteers. They can come and go whatever schedule works for them. We don't hold them to any kind of a set schedule.
Nice. And obviously, like you said, you guys are open to the public, and the public can basically come in and find any types of materials, or even, I'm sure there's somebody there to even answer the simplest of questions.
Yes.
If somebody has a question regarding this, that, or the other, and looking for some help and some guidance as far as they don't know what they're doing, I'm sure there's somebody there that can simply answer a question. And also, I guess the other question that I have is, how long has the restore location been around?
So the very first restore in the United States opened in 1992. So
Okay.
that's when the restore really got introduced to the United States.
Okay.
And that was in Texas.
Alright.
Just started off with building materials, building supplies. So very small inventory selection.
Okay.
And now you can fast forward to today. We have over 800 stores in 3 different countries. Inventory ranges from building materials, building supplies, all the way to antique furniture. So
Really?
the inventory levels are now very diverse.
Wow.
And our restore location started in 2011 in Cromwell, Connecticut.
Okay.
And it really was started to serve as a fundraising effort to supplement the fundraising efforts that Habitat had already been leveraging. So
Yeah.
what most people know is that Habitat, builds homes in the communities, but what they don't know is that the different ways in which Habitat gets funds to then fulfill that work.
Right.
So they may get funding through way of grants, they may get funding by way of monetary donations, and then also the proceeds from the restore. So the restore brand was really started as a fundraising effort.
Okay. And I guess Dan, as far as the restored volunteer, you're always looking for volunteers, and everybody works well together.
We'd like to think so.
All right. All right.
We are working on a very positive culture there. It's been an amazing year. Actually, I've been there a year and a half, and we've seen some people come and go, but a really good core group of people that have stayed with us, and it's become a really good bonding experience, bringing in new people as well.
Anything you'd like to add, Chris?
No, I just think that Dana, as I said, I kind of refer to her as the volunteer specialist. She would really be the person that if someone came into the store and they needed to get an orientation in terms of what's going on in the store and what they should expect and what different interests they have and where they can be aligned to different work, she's really the one that, takes the bull by the horns with that. And she really is
And goes with it.
responsible for really building a high trust collaborative culture that we have there. So she works really well with the volunteers.
Very nice. And I guess my other question is, What is the most difficult challenge you faced as a business?
Well, just like any business, you're faced with some challenges. From the Restore perspective, I think that the largest challenge that we face is just general awareness of our services, that we're out there, that we exist, and then coupled with the fact that if we had that awareness, we could then get more quantity, a larger quantity of high quality donations.
Okay.
So I think that that's really important, and that's a challenge that we face. So getting those quality donations in on a consistent basis, along with the overall awareness of our store that we're there, I would say is the largest challenge that we face. And Dana can attest to this. It's almost like every other day that somebody comes into the store and they just announce that, I had no idea that you guys existed. I drove by every single day. I could have done this, that, and the third throughout these years that you guys have been open. So I think that really goes to show that the Restore is advantageous to everybody in some way, shape, or form. And if everybody knows that we existed, they could then leverage that. Kind of take a look at, like, for example, your local Target.
Yep.
Everybody knows that it's there. They know where their local Target is. They either choose to shop there or they don't. With the Restore, not everybody knows that we exist, so not everybody can really take advantage of the different benefits that the store can offer to someone. So.
Now is like you said, Chris. Now, do you have people that come into the store and say, I didn't know you existed. I just was driving around and found you?
Yep. The
Really?
businesses in our shopping plaza, I guess they can get some credit as well, because folks will go next door to the dry cleaners, or maybe they'll go next door to the ice cream shop, and then they'll just wander in and they'll be like, oh my gosh, I had no idea you guys were here. When were you guys?
When did you open?
Yeah, like, did you guys get here yesterday? And,
No, we've been open for a couple
no,
of years now.
we've been
Then they
open
look at
since
you like, all right.
several years now. So it's very interesting, but it also goes to show that there's a great opportunity to really grow this organization and grow the Restore. So.
Right. Now, as far as growth goes, what do you expect to see as far as the growth process goes? Where you say you want to grow, where do you want to go? And
up, obviously.
All right, all right.
I mean, as I said, the awareness level is nowhere near where it could be.
No.
If I can walk into a room and everybody knows what the Restore is, then I'll be satisfied. And at that point, we're just not at that point right now. So that just goes to show that there's a lot of benefit to be had from talking about the Restore any chance that we get.
All right. Well, talking about the Restore, we're about to go into a break. Would you guys mind sticking around for another segment?
Not
Absolutely.
at all.
We'll be right back.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you?
You know you do.
That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos. Go to GetSchooled.com.
And welcome back to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. Sitting here with Chris and Dana from the Restore with Habitat for Humanity's guys. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we were talking about in the first segment the Restore and exactly what you guys are and what you guys do. So before we begin this segment, let's just take it from the top and just tell people what the Restore is, where you're located, and what general hours of operation are.
So our Restore is located in Cromwell, Connecticut.
Okay.
Off of Shunpike Road. It was started in 2011, and as I mentioned earlier, it really was started to supplement the fundraising efforts that Habitat for Humanity had already in place. Ours specifically, the Middlesex Habitat for Humanity, the work that they had been doing since 1996.
Okay.
Our Restore was started to further that mission, further empower Habitat to reduce substandard housing.
Okay. And Dana, for the Restore, you're I guess, what did we decide you were the first segment? The ambassador of The Goodwill
master
ambassador.
of volunteers.
All right, all right.
Every hour it
We
changes,
wear
I'm
many,
telling you.
many hats. Yes. We are something different every minute.
Yeah.
I refer to myself often as the human pinball.
Yeah, exactly.
Kinda run
Yeah,
around
because
everywhere.
you're bouncing around and you don't know where you're gonna end up.
Right.
You sound sort of like me every once in a while.
Yeah,
On a
every
day-to-day
day is
basis.
different.
It's like bouncing around, showing up. It's like somebody said to me, they were like, somebody said to me the other day, they were like, "You're everywhere." I'm like, "You never know where I'm going to show up next." They're like, "Really?" I'm like, "Wait and see." They're like, "Okay, we'll wait and see where you're going to show up next." So I guess, what are some of the instances in which you would have to make sense to someone to donate, and what are the advantages of donating to the Restore?
So donating to the Restore can be advantageous to a donor and for a variety of different reasons. One of which would be the convenience factor that we offer. We do have a free pickup service. So we have a 20-foot box truck that goes all throughout Middlesex County picking up donations. And let's say, for example, you're redoing your kitchen, you're remodeling your kitchen, you have kitchen cabinets, countertops, appliances all in good working order. You may no longer have use for them, you're going to take them out, and now you need the new cabinets to come in. Well, now you can't do that until you get rid of whatever you have in the space. So
Right.
we'll come out, we'll take those items out. So there's, the convenience of the labor of pulling those items out of your home. We don't do deconstruction, but once they've been
Right.
removed, we can get them out of the way for you. And all those items are tax deductible. So donors can receive
Excellent.
a tax deduction,
All right.
as well as the convenience of us coming out to their residence and taking those items off their hands.
Now, as far as taking items off their hands and going out to residential, is there an appointment, or do they just?
There is an appointment.
All right.
We actually have a fantastic donations coordinator named Mary, who she works Wednesdays through Fridays. So we do ask for a little bit of patience with the public when they call in, that they give her some time. She does respond in the order that everything comes in.
Okay.
So if you call at 2 a.m. on a Sunday and it's actually happened, we're not going to get back to you at 3 a.m. on Sunday, but we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Why not?
We're not really chained to the office.
Oh, come on.
We're allowed to leave sometimes.
Right.
Once in a while.
Exactly.
Yes.
You gotta go home, get some sleep.
Yes, but we do get back to you as quick as possible, and we schedule that out. And sometimes it takes a few days, but we will do our best to get out there. And we do, if you're able to bring it to us, it is a lot easier for us.
Excellent.
If we have to go out a week or so be it. But we
Right.
really try to work as best we can around everyone's schedule.
Now, if I'm interested in donating, how do I go ahead and do so?
You can actually put in a donation request online,
Okay.
or you could just give us a call. It's pretty simple. And then
Excellent.
we'll put you in touch with Mary, we'll schedule it, and we do have a list as well online of the items that we take or don't take, and if someone's not sure, they can always give us a call to ask.
That was just stole my follow-up question.
I read your mind.
You did read my mind. So you know what? I'm gonna ask it anyway.
All right.
Are there donations that you take and don't take, and what are some of the donations that you do take, and what are some of the donations that you don't take?
So in general, we take gently used or new supplies, building supplies, furniture. We don't want something that has become Garfield's
Right.
play place for
Yeah.
the past 10 years.
Right.
As long as it's in resellable condition. So like if it were a couch, for instance, we would
Right.
prefer it no stains, rips, tears, in good shape.
Right. You want it in good condition.
Exactly. We don't take smaller household items or clothing. We do have to draw the line somewhere.
Okay.
And, but we do take most furniture.
Yes. We usually
Dining
do try
rooms.
to direct people also to, if
Right.
there's an item that maybe they're looking to donate along with
Yeah.
what we do accept, we usually try to do our best to point them in the right direction, and that way that there isn't, multiple running around that this person would have to do. So we do try to make it convenient for them in that way.
In
Okay.
addition to that,
Yeah.
we do go to a specific service area. So if it's something that's outside of our area, we
Yeah.
will also refer them to the proper restore where they can go. There are other restores
There
in
are
the
other
state.
restores in the state of Connecticut?
There are.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, we're not here to talk about them
No,
tonight.
absolutely not.
Nope.
We're all independent, and we are Cromwell, and we
Really?
do our own thing.
You guys are obviously independently owned, and
Yes.
I'm assuming every restore is run by another Habitat for Humanity.
Their affiliate.
Exactly.
branch or affiliate.
Yes.
Nice, nice. And I did see that you guys have an event coming up. I believe in May, and we're just gonna leave it in May.
Yes.
Can you tell us about the event?
So it's going to be at Thomas Hooker Brewery in Bloomfield, and it is a beer tasting.
Ooh.
Yes.
It's going to be a good time.
Their beer
I
is
might-
phenomenal.
I might have to put that. Actually, I said to Sarah this afternoon when you guys before we taped, it's already on my schedule.
Oh, very good.
It is. It's already
Excellent.
already on my schedule to show up and.
Very good. There should be more details available on our website soon,
Okay.
if not already.
Very good.
There is a special events committee that we have that's putting it together, and we're formalizing a few more things before we put too much out there.
Right, yeah, no, and again, if people want more information on that event, they can also go to my website, because what I'll do is I'll put a link to you guys on my site.
Excellent, thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
Not a problem. So I guess, what are some of the notable items you've had come in through the store? Is there anything?
What comes to mind for me is probably some of the great appliances or kitchen cabinet sets we've gotten throughout the years.
Okay.
We've gotten like Viking ranges, which are top of the line appliances.
Oh, yeah.
So those really stick out in my mind. We've gotten full kitchen cabinet sets with stone countertops, so quartz, granite. Very nice displays of kitchen cabinets. And those are items that really stick out in my mind.
Okay.
And most recently, we got a brand new Thomasville kitchen cabinet set, brand new in the boxes. And
was
for those who
gorgeous.
don't know,
Oh, yeah.
Thomasville is the top of the line that Home
Oh, yeah.
Depot sells. So these are great cabinets, brand new in the boxes, valued at several thousands of dollars.
Oh,
And we
yeah.
were able to obviously provide those to somebody else at a much discounted price. And that was able to help Habitat, so the donor made a big impact in our efforts, and someone came away as a shopper with a great bargain. So those types of things really stick out in my mind, and we've had something phenomenal come through every department, so I'm really interested to kind of hear what Dana would
Yeah, Dana,
add to that.
what do you got to say? Anything stick out? Anything stick
Yeah,
out in your
actually,
mind?
recently we had a bed that was beautiful come in, and we all thought for sure it was antique until we measured, and it was a queen size, which normally antiques only run to about a full size.
Right.
So we were a little stunned and went back and called the donor just to say thank you and find out what it was. It was a hand-carved bed from India, she believed. And it was custom made for a particular person in a particular home, and it was absolutely stunning.
Wow.
Yeah, so we
Oh
get
my.
things like that. And sometimes the story behind the item itself, when you attach it to the item,
Oh, yeah.
is incredible.
I was going to say, do you tell the story of the item to the person who bought the item? or-
Absolutely. If
Okay.
we know it, we will try to
I-
pass it along.
I was going to say, if you know it, you'll tell them what it was.
Yes, we actually had one woman come in and her reaction was just visceral. She looked at this particular couch, a different item, and cried. And we all kind of went, what's going on over there?
Yeah, right.
And talking with her, she realized it was a couch that she had previously sold to someone, and it was her grandmother's. And she knew it was hers because it was a custom fabric. So to find that out and for
How
her to
cool
come
is
in
that
and
guy to
see it,
see?
oh, she was amazed.
was
So she
gonna
ended up buying it because she had
There-
never
all right.
wanted to get rid of it anyway.
Right.
And I think it's still in her garage. Her husband didn't know what to do with it last I talked to her.
But it's in her
All right.
possession now, so
It
she
is.
doesn't have to
So
cry
she
anymore.
got it back.
I was going to say, there's nowhere to put it yet, so
Right.
now it's sitting in the garage trying to figure out, hey, I need a home. Where do I go?
Right. And you do hear amazing stories like that.
Do you?
Absolutely.
And now, what types of things can be found at the store, and who are some of your average shoppers?
You can find
Everything.
all kinds of furniture.
All right.
Like Chris said, we get a lot of corporate donations, so
Yeah.
you can find some brand new things, some gently used things. We had a phenomenal donation of cans of paint, a lot of which now we have are just base paints that are left, but people can go online and buy their own tint to
Yep.
color it. And the average shopper is really anyone.
Okay.
There sometimes is a misconception that people with little money shop in thrift stores.
Yep.
However, anybody can come into our store. There's something for everyone. You may have something that costs $3 and you may have something that costs $3,000, and you see people from all walks of life that come in.
I was going to say, and the inventory probably changes
Every hour.
regularly.
Oh yeah,
Regularly.
Yes.
I don't want to say daily, but regularly.
absolutely.
The
The goal is
inventory
to
should
get the
change.
donations in,
Yep.
get them clean, get
And
them
get it-
sold, and get them right back out the door
Right,
again.
exactly.
So it's a constant flow.
I was going to say the flow's probably couple days, something's in the store?
Yeah.
Give or take?
Yeah, and sometimes things will sit a little bit longer.
All right.
And if that's the case, then we do a regular markdown process as well, and we really strive to move those furniture pieces as quickly as we can.
Now tell us a little bit more about the shopping experience and how you guys determine prices.
So you just mentioned it, the turnover is
All right.
so quick.
Yeah.
So that really creates an appeal to shoppers, I think. And I think it really differentiates us from other retailers.
Yep.
The fact that if you came into our store and you're on a sales floor and you saw a kitchen table, that item is one of one. There is
Right.
no other item in the back in our
Nope.
stock room that's going to come out and replace that and just be the
Exactly.
same exact table. So
That's
once
it.
that table is gone,
That's it.
something new is going to be in its place. So I think that's really appealing to our customers, and that's why we see many people that we kind of refer to as frequent flyers because they're in several times throughout the week
Yeah.
because they know that what you see on Wednesday when we open for the week
Might
and
not-
what you
might not
see
be
on
there.
Saturday when we close for the week is going to be very, very different. So I think that that's something that is really appealing to our shoppers.
Now, I guess some of those items are rather large. Do you have to get them right out of the store at time of purchase, or
Nope,
can
we
they?
will actually hold on to them for a couple days free of charge.
Okay.
People are given 2 free days, and then after that, for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th business day, our business days, not just general days,
Right.
we ask for $5 per piece per day for us to hold them.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, after that point, on the 6th day, we put it back out for resale and consider it a redonation on the part of the purchaser, and we would give them a tax-deductible receipt for their donation at that point.
We definitely try to make it convenient for them. That's why we hold it for a few days at no charge. And
All right.
after that, we do ask that they do make a donation in terms of the fact because it's all about turning over that floor
Right,
space.
right,
So,
exactly.
Right.
All right, we're actually about to run out and say goodnight for the evening, so I want to thank you guys for coming down, and hopefully we'll have you guys on again soon.
Fantastic.
like that.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thanks, Pete.
Have a good night, guys. On behalf of the Pete Mezzetti Show, that's it. I'm Pete, and we'll see you next week.